WNEP proudly presents the premier outdoor show in northeastern and central Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania Outdoor Life, your window to the great outdoors. Tonight on Pennsylvania Outdoor Life.
We'll take you on a tour of the new Pocono Wildlife Rehabilitation Center. You won't believe how busy they are and how they can use your help.
Soar with the Eagles. Pennsylvania Outdoor Life starts right now.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Pennsylvania Outdoor Life. I'm Ken Hunter, and I'm here with Don Jacobs.
Good evening.
We're enjoying the front porch here of the cabin. And, you know, Jake, in the business that we're in, being in the outdoor field and dealing with wildlife and outdoor subjects all the time, I get a lot of calls from people saying, what do we do with this animal that's injured, or where does it go, or what happens to an animal that we find that's been injured? Now, you know of such a place that deals with that.
Yeah, there's actually an association, the Animal Rehabilitators of Pennsylvania. One animal rehabilitator that has been with the Pennsylvania Outdoor Life team for years, for 22 years. She always calls and says, I've got great stories for you. It's Kathy Dubin-Euler from the Pocono Wildlife Rehabilitation Center. Now, she has recently moved from Tobyhanna to Lower Monroe County, has set up a brand new facility, and she said, I think it's time that you take a look.
Well, we moved from Tobyhanna to Cherry Valley, which is between Stroudsburg and Saylorsburg, the very far southwestern end of Monroe County. We kind of had to move, but it turned out to be a good thing anyway. We ended up being in the landing zone of a local airport, and it was not doing good things for the animals. So the Nature Conservancy offered us the use of this property, or part of this property, which is, as you're going to see, quite beautiful and really well suited to what we're doing. So over the course of the last year, we moved, reset up, started reconstructing, and built a whole new wildlife clinic. Well, there was a lot of money, which is now a problem because we have no backup. But we had a lot of scout help, which is always you're going to get to see how much scout help we've had here. The Boy Scouts are phenomenal. We've had community service help from the courts, which is also a big help. So people who need to do a few hours here or there can volunteer here. It helps us out. It helps them out. So that helps a lot too. And a few members and volunteers have helped us as well. This was our first Eagle Scout project here. My barn owl that I use for education, he came from Austin, Texas. Was adopted, and we had to do all the paperwork transfer. And he is part of our education team now because he has an injured foot that is not correct.
A barn owl from Texas is exactly like a barn owl from Pennsylvania.
Right, but getting barn owls here it's such a rare thing that getting one for education wasn't going to happen. And I've wanted one for 10 years because they're so neat. We now have 5 species of owls to use for education.
Excellent.
I think they're wonderful, and he's so people react to him because they're so different looking from other owls.
It seems to me, though, Kathy, that you certainly have just a lot more space.
Well, we've made use of the space that we have. I don't know that we have more space, because before I didn't have any restrictions on what I could do with my own property.
Right.
We only have use of so much, and we have to ask, but we've made maximum use of what we have. So it's pretty good.
Does your mission change at all? Do you expand? Do you do more? Are you doing less? Tell me a little bit about what...
We're doing, I think, about the same. We probably will be able to do more in the way of education because our facilities are more suited for that, and we now have insurance for that, which helps. So, you know, in some ways we can do more. In terms of animals, we expect to do around the same because we're pretty busy, as you're going to get to see. He says hello and good boy. It's like, wow. Wow. There you go. You got good boy. Good boy. Now we know how to get him to talk.
Yeah.
Not exactly a glamour animal, but they're pretty neat. Vincent is our program skunk. We use him to talk to kids about why we don't keep exotics as pets, and we talk about rabies, and we talk about the fact that skunks aren't all bad. They eat a lot of bugs, and you know that they use these big front claws and stuff like that.
I told you, I've always wanted one as a pet.
Yeah.
My wife just won't let me get one.
Well, this will be the last year you'll be allowed to do that in Pennsylvania.
Right? Yeah.
It's going to be against the law very shortly, which will help take care of this exotic craze. that people have. So, but he really is, he's a doll. But they don't always turn out this nice, and that's the problem, is what happens if you get one that bites.
Yeah.
You know, they look at the size of the teeth in this mouth.
And the claws.
So, you know, if that bites you, you're going to feel it.
Mm-hmm. So this is the actual clinic part?
This is the actual clinic. So.
And this was in the basement of your home in the old place, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Now it's in an apartment. Ooh, look at how nice.
Wow. What have you done this spring?
Well, luckily this spring, most of what we needed was done because we moved last spring and we tried to do baby season while we were setting up, which was impossible. So this spring we're actually pretty much here and we've gotten most of our building done. So we got to slide into spring, but it's been a busy spring. So
what have you seen? A lot of rabbits, a lot of squirrels?
Rabbits, squirrels start early, and then baby birds, baby hawks and owls. We have a lot of baby raccoons and skunks right now. Baby foxes this year. We have a gray fox and 7 red foxes. Baby bats.
So you've been a busy Kathy.
I've been a busy Kathy. I'm always a busy Kathy.
You are.
That is a baby gray fox.
And
so
will it be released
yes, he will be wild. It's just at this point he's just a little baby, and so he's more curious than. Okay, there you go.
He's wild.
He's wild. Hey, you. Relax.
So that's a good thing.
That's a good thing. That's what we want to see. And he's, you know, he plays. He has his little play toys and stuff, but he also eats mice. He kills his little toys. And he's not really fond of us, and that's good. But he is very curious.
So at some point, August, when do you decide that it can go?
When he's killing live food.
Okay.
You know, he's not quite full grown, so he has a little ways. He still has a baby face.
Now, nobody would have expected that reaction.
No. That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? Here he is laying.
Appearances on a camera are one thing. What they actually are, you know, you're seeing him going.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what he was doing. And you stuck your hand with it.
But not now.
Look at that. Do that again. See, now that's a wild animal.
Luckily, my finger's nowhere near the end of this. That's a wild animal. That's what we want to see.
And once again, Kathy and Eric would like to thank all of the organizations, the entire community, for helping them move the Pocono Wildlife Rehabilitation Center. I mean, you're talking animals and all.
That's a big project.
Yeah, and as the crow flies, I'd bet it's 30, 40 miles away. It's an incredible move for them, an expensive move. We'll tell you how you could sort of help out with them in a little while on the show. But what an incredible day out there. I mean, neat things to see. Fox and, you know, and barn owls and all that kind of stuff.
And you worked with some interesting animals there too.
Yeah.
That was great to see. But listen, don't go away, folks. We're going to go to a break, but when we come back, we're going to be working with some more of those nice little creatures out at the rehab center. Well, welcome back to Pennsylvania Outdoor Life. You know, Jake and I have been talking about rehabilitating wildlife, Jake. Now, you have some other animals that were being rehabilitated there, some interesting little creatures. What were they?
Yeah, there's some real interesting little creatures. Creatures that take constant care. Creatures that take constant feeding and nurturing. I tell you what, these rehabilitators certainly have a calling and a dedication. Let's head back to the Pocono Wildlife Rehabilitation Center.
Oh man, we love this cage. We get a lot of raccoons, and each center has separate licenses.
Right.
It's a separate license for rabies vectors.
Are we doing anything to curb the problem? Is there anything out there that says it's getting worse or better? What are you hearing?
There's a lot of monitoring going on in Pennsylvania. I don't think it's getting any worse. I think it's probably stabilized.
So these animals will all be released?
Yes, they get vaccinated before they're released. They get wormed before they're released, and then they're released up in the game lands where, you know, 25,000 acres, you know, 127 is just a phenomenal place for animals. So we have some grays and some reds.
That's a beauty.
Yeah, this one's pretty too. They do well out here.
Yeah.
This is a nice little cage for them. It's hard to keep clean, but it's a nice cage. This is my 25th year.
Wow.
You know, I got licensed in 1982, the beginning of 1982, and I started working on this in 1980. So, you know.
25 years as a rehabilitator. My goodness. So do you still get the satisfaction that you had when we first met 20 years ago? You know, you said that.
That's a good question.
You know, the greatest, your greatest sensation was when you got to release something you took care of. You still get that?
I do. When it's a common species, it helps when there's somebody new, and that's what he's done for me. is that it's all new to Eric, and it's made doing simple bunnies and squirrels new again. You see how they're little scroungy?
Even their tail is a little skinnier.
Yeah,
And
but I mean, a week ago they could barely open their eyes. They were really scabby. They look good.
Yeah, boy, oh boy.
so all this medicine now just to make a mange laden box releasable.
Yes.
That's expensive too, isn't it?
Yeah, ivermectin is an expensive medicine, but it's the one that works, so that's why we use it. We will not rehabilitate an animal that we can't do properly, and we just hope that the funding comes in. And we're not funded by any organization. I mean, that we're licensed by U.S. Fish and Wildlife. We're licensed by the Pennsylvania Game Commission. We're now licensed by USDA. All of that requires money. Come on. Rah, rah, rah. There's my boy. Rufus. Rufus.
Yeah.
We don't want to see that part.
Again, education.
Yes. Yeah, he was purchased for use in education, so there's nothing wrong with him. He's just a Pennsylvania bobcat, because how often do you get to see a Pennsylvania bobcat?
Another animal that I think people would love to say I'd love to have as a pet and whatever, but you just...
You ask anybody who works with big cats, of all the species of big cats, these are the hardest ones to deal with.
Yeah.
Tigers and cougars are better to deal with than bobcats. But they're all hiding.
Me.
You'd never know there were 15 in here, but
Me.
when you do a good job, now they'll come right up to you when they want, but they're very shy.
So these were all given to you as young fawn, obviously, and what, getting ready to be released?
Yes, they will be released in August. This just, we put the year on it, says 04, and then we give them a letter, and then M or F for male or female. And that way we can keep tracking our logbooks of where they came from and all that, in case there's a problem. We do track diseases and such. They see me as a source of food, not as a source of comfort or as recognition of, because they're being raised in a group, they know they're deer, they know we're not.
Right.
And the rest of it just takes time.
I think because I'm sweating, it likes the salt
Oh
in our
yeah,
fingers.
they like the salt.
That's what it is. Look at that.
Salt's good. Plus we are also teaching them how to eat deer chow out of our hands so that they eat the deer chow. Thanks.
Come on, buddy. Ow! Got me good.
Let's get out of the sun.
Let's get out of here.
Let's go show them some babies,
Okay.
especially the special one in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
You have a live 2.5-month-old beaver in the shower.
Yeah, luckily we have a bathroom next door because, you know, I do like my privacy. But this is where we start fawns too, in the bathroom a lot. So it's quiet, it's private, it's got water supply.
This is way too funny.
It is. Come here, sweetheart. I know. Oh, you're all wet. Are you hungry? Are you hungry? You want this bottle? You want the bottle? There you go. He's still hungry. You're still hungry.
When will you know if that can be released back?
Oh, he's going to be released back to the wild. In fact, you don't have to worry about taming them. Evidently, they know what to do on their second year. He's mad now. Listen to him cry. They pitch baby fits. Okay, there's no more left.
Look at it. Oh.
You know, we hope that individuals can help us out. You know, I know this is very expensive here, and we hope that people will see how nice we've made it and want to help us out.
Right.
And understand, again, the public health importance of having this. And education, which is always important.
All right, so there it is. It's a dedication. They've given up bathrooms. They've given up so much time in their life and personal money. We have to say thank you to the Pocono Wildlife Rehabilitation Center for just being there. Eric and Kathy, you guys do an incredible calling. I don't know if I could get up every 3 hours to feed raccoons and beavers and rabbits and stuff.
I'm quite sure I couldn't do that, Jake. I'm glad somebody's doing that.
And they always need volunteers, but one thing more, they need people to support them, and that's a good place to spend some money.
And that brings us to our next point. If you want to help out, or if you want to get involved, or if you want to donate some money, here's how you contact them. Go to the Pocono Wildlife Rehabilitation Center, or you can reach them at 570-402-0223, or you can go to the internet, www.poconowildlife.org, and we'll be right back after this break.
Welcome back to Pennsylvania Outdoor Life. You know, we're standing here in front of the cabin, and Ken, you've been awfully nice to me. I thought for sure you were going to jump right on this shirt thing.
What can I say, Jake? If I say something, you'd probably say your mother made it. Then I feel really bad, so I'm not going to say anything this time.
Well, let's bottom line it. The bottom line is that the weather is nice enough now that we could wear shirts like this, but that's not what it was like for the week-long event, the Youth Hunter Education Challenge at Mansfield University. It was not like that.
The weather was terrible. Now, this YHEC program that we're talking about here was up in Mansfield, Pennsylvania, and Adam Hagensteller from the NRA told us all about this particular event, this actually series of events, a wonderful challenge for the young people. Let's go up to Mansfield and see how the Pennsylvania team made out.
The National Rifle Association's International Youth Hunter Education Challenge is all about teaching young sportsmen and women how to become safe, ethical, and responsible hunters. There are about 325 young hunters from 16 different states here in Mansfield this week. And they're all here because they want to learn to become safe, ethical when they're in the field. The YHEC event started in 1985, so this is the 19th year. And since then, it has reached about 1 million kids across the United States and Canada. The scores are taken down from each event and put together into an aggregate score. And then at the end of the week, there is a winner. But even though it's a competition, it's a challenge. You know, the real point of this is the kids developing their skills and learning to become responsible and ethical and safe hunters.
Dale and Emily Adams of Northumberland County's son, Austin, made it to the Nationals.
Pennsylvania sent 10 juniors and 10 seniors that the Deer Hunters Association paid their way to come here to this event. And it's a lot of volunteers and a lot of people put time in it. Especially you look around the area here, the mud they're in, and all of this is mostly all volunteer help here at this program.
I could think of a lot of other things you could be doing that are a lot worse than hunting and these kind of sports, right?
Oh, certainly. You know, as my husband said, so many kids just want to sit in front of the TV and either watch TV or play video games. So this gives him a chance to stimulate his brain and grow. So I'm happy to see that part.
Get ready! Get ready! Oh!
Pennsylvania has fared very well over the past few years, but it's hard to pick any clear winner right now. All the kids are here, they're all having a really good time, and they're all learning something too.
Why don't you tell me who's lined up here in front of us?
Devin Babcock.
And go ahead with your team. Tell me about the team here.
Well, this is Jared Chandler, he's from Gillette. Alex Tiffany, he's from Athens. DeForest Burgess from Sayre, and Ethan Chandler's from Gillette. They're brothers. We're seniors, and we're from Valley, YHEC, and we went to states, and we won first as a team at states, so they sent us all to nationals.
Well, we want to thank Adam for helping show us around a little bit up there, and we especially want to say congratulations to that Pennsylvania team. They won all kinds of awards, an individual in the senior division, and they took the team championship in the senior division. Tremendous competition under very difficult circumstances.
Rain and mud and oh.
Way to go, guys. Congratulations from us to you.
And you know what he kept saying over and over again? We would like to congratulate the team for winning, but it wasn't about winning. They are incredible sportsmen. They're learning the right things about hunting. Even the junior team did a great job while they were out there.
They may not have won, but they certainly gained a lot of valuable outdoor experience.
Absolutely. Now, if you want more information on YHEC or on our Pennsylvania Outdoor Life team, here's how you do it. The NRA YHEC phone number is 703-267-1500, or you could always check them out at www.nraheadquartershq.org. Now, if you want information on the Pennsylvania YHEC, they can be found at this website, www.clubs.bowhunting.net/PAYHEC. We are going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to wrap things up here for Pennsylvania Outdoor Life.
Welcome back to Pennsylvania Outdoor Life. If you want more information on the Pocono Wildlife Rehabilitation Center, you can go to this phone number at 570-402-0223 or go to their website at www.poconowildlife.org.
You know, you have to pat them on the back. Kathy and Eric Euler, they really put their time and their effort in, and if you're going to help out at all, now's the time. They're looking for donations, they're looking for volunteer help.
It does. It takes more than just their effort. It takes people with some money to help support this thing.
Absolutely. Now, if you're looking to support yourself this hunting season, you want more information, we have a great What's Doing for you. It is called the White-tailed Deer Habitat Expo. It's next Saturday, August 14th from 9 to 3:30. It's at the Fairfield farm up there in Susquehanna County, but what you need to do is go on their website, that's the website there, or call 570-655-8181. That's sponsored by the Susquehanna County chapter of the Quality Deer Management Association. It's a great organization, and you know as well as I do, that's the trend now. Quality deer, it's a good way to get going.
Quality deer management, that's where it's going to be in the future. Get on board.
Yep, absolutely.
Jake, we have a real nice product giveaway here today. We've had this before. In fact, one of these hangs in the cabin, the Higbee Stream Map. It's just covered with every stream, pond, lake, river in the state of Pennsylvania. This is our portion of the state right here. There's also highways on here, and that helps you find the little pond you're looking for or stream, and there's a guide that goes with it. So, and that would be a good idea to read that over to help you learn how to use the map better.
Professor Higbee's
really nice,
guide. How about we roll the barrel out? Sure. And as we do this, we're going to tell you, stay tuned over the next couple of weeks. We've got some great stories for you, plus lots of information by the end of this month on what you need to know when we take a little break because of Little League World Series in golf.
A lot going on.
Yeah, you want me to read this?
Go ahead.
I didn't even look
I'll
yet.
let you do
It's
it.
easy. Joseph Gorski of Jim Thorpe. Congratulations, Joseph Gorski. The fishing, not so good?
It's been slow, Jake. Well, the river is so high, and if you're going to fish, I'd suggest you fish in a lake or a pond. The river's going to sweep you down somewhere, and it's muddy.
Excellent tip. Another good tip, get out there and practice that bow because the bow season will be around before too long. You have a great week.
Everybody else.
And you have a great week because for everybody here at WNEP's Pennsylvania Outdoor Life, we wish you the very best in the great outdoors.
So long.
Pennsylvania Outdoor Life is a local presentation of WNEP TV. We're proud to serve northeastern and central Pennsylvania.